Now, this is my first impression of the first two episodes of Women Who Wear Shoulder Pads, a new animation show from Adult Swim from Spain. Now, this show I have heard like last year, Adult Swim picked it up. Something about it, they was impressed. When you watch this, you realize, oh, I can see why. But at the same time, oh, I'm surprised they actually picked it up. Not because it's terrible, it's a very specific genre that more people are into it if you like the genre kind of situation. This is fall into a novella, and that's the problem. Depends on you if you like novellas or not. If you don't know what a novella really is, it's basically a soap opera, but the only difference between a novella and a soap opera never ends, and novella does end at a certain point. It only has over 100 episodes for one season. But depends how popular it is, they maybe have a sequel or a spin-off, but those are very rare. The top of this had to be kind of good because usually they don't make it all the way to 100 episodes. Sometimes they drop it to 30 episodes because nobody watch or care that specific novella. But also, it like to drag, go crazy places, plot twists, and sometimes make sort of comedy on the most usual sort of scenario. Think of it sort of like Death Note. You've seen the whole series, how serious and dark and dramatic, but out of nowhere it's sort of out of pocket dramatic, like eating chips, making plans. You know someone's watching you. Every chip you eat, it's a predestined I defeated them kind of outrageous. Novellas is like that. It's that unhinged. But other than that, I have to say I was impressed, especially in the claymation, because I wasn't sure how they gonna do it, how could be impressive or not. When you watch it, you're like, yeah, this is actually really, really good claymation, good animation, fluency, how creative, and also how they use sort of sex scenes on this, because it's one of the things, so they gotta bang. How can you do that in claymation? I mean, let's face it, it's clay. But no, they have very clever ways to show them, yeah, they're romantically together. And I was sort of impressed. Especially, I thought it was a good idea making this show claymation. Because let's face it, if it was this sort of 2D animation, this will not hit as hard or feel that deep. Because you have to understand what type of animation you need to make a show. Kind of art style could be CGI, claymation, puppetry. You have to be very wise what kind of style you go into. In my opinion, claymation was the right decision because it gives that impact, that sort of novella craziness. Of course, before I continue on, my name is Recho. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. You like how it's going, you like to help my channel, put a like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that's fine. You do. Thank you. Because of you, I'm getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I'm getting close every single day because of people like you. People put like, comment, and share. Now, let's continue on this first impression review of Women Wearing Shoulder Pads. Now, let's get started. Now, the story of Women Wearing Shoulder Pads is basically about not just one character. This is the whole people who are kind of stuck on this sort of battle of what we do with this sort of kind of hamsters. There's specific hamsters of some former sort of ancestors they made for two pair of reasons. One, for pets. Second, for slinging them or fighting everybody for sports. But this is the issue. In the 70s, people are trying to stop doing that. Even that our ancestors decide to do that. Even that people think it's time to rest this sort of a traditional thing, become something else. Leave the hamster alone. But you follow our main OC. She is sort of a businesswoman who works in entertainment, who tries her best to keep this sort of hamster alive for her own entertainment. But the only problem is our MC, she doesn't really understand the situation because how old she is, how she had to be tough as nails in the business and had to be always awake because one little slip up can destroy her whole career or someone else's career. But it's not about her. It's also about her rival who want to stop her, the little actress who want to help, and also all the other characters around it. It's sort of like a twister. Like everybody's their own problems. Everybody has their own trying to survive. If I portray them, can I go better career, or I fell in love with this character and be true to myself? And that's basically a novella. It's like a roller coaster of twisters, of a bunch of left turns you can't stop. But other than that, I love it. It's because it sort of make fun of novellas, especially from the 70s. Because when I started watching this show, it very clicked in memory behind my mind that back in the day I was a little kid visiting my grandmother every single weekend, watching novellas with her, because they have all the tropes of the novellas, the absurdity, the craziness, the sort of deep, kind of creepy noise, like something evil about to happen, but you're not really sure. Especially the first episode, because the first episode was deep, interesting, to try to understand what this show is about, but our awkwardness have sort of comedy, because that's how novella really is. It's a roller coaster of weird things out of left field and coming back for a twist or turn you don't expect it. It's just so dramatic, but I love it. They kind of make it fun of it, like how they were obsessed with hamsters, and her rival trying the lady who's trying to convince her rival to switch hamsters to basically swans, so we can make a restaurant. And she has a dream sleeping with this sort of swan, and decide, nah, we gotta kill it. Just throw it in the trash. I don't care anymore. Bye bye. It's just sort of left field, but it works because that's how novella is. It's just sort of awkwardness, strangeness, deep raw emotion, and they fully understand. But at the same time, I could see a lot of people hating on this because it's something that's just so out of the left pocket. You don't know, are you fascinating or what is the joke? And this is the thing I feel could be one of the major problems of so many people cannot barely get into it, because I'm not seeing a lot of people talking about it. Even that, I highly recommend it. It is good, but you have to get used to this sort of novella vibe, that twist and turn, that deep music, something horrific coming on. It feels something so hardcore. You realize they fighting for a bunch of hamsters. Like, yeah, it is that's like basically the punchline of this joke. But yet it works. It's fun. It's dumb. But yet I have to applaud how they feel so 70s. It's just sort of shocking how accurate it really is. Now, some of you are probably wondering if the voice acting is any good, because they only have it in Spanish, not English. You have to read it in English subtitles. I do understand Spanish. The voice is perfect. All the characters, especially on nostalgia, because some actresses who play on this, they fall into the hammy side. They're like one of the main leads. She's trying to be kind of coy, kind of over a top. So like, sweetie, baby, darling, no, don't worry, we can work together. I always got your back. But imagine that in Spanish, but it's something that just click hard with me, because it fits one of my old memories watching The Ugly Betty, the Spain version, and also the Mexican version, because they have an actress who does the same thing, but not the same level of the original Ugly Betty. It's more like kind of like a clone of her. In other words, they're trying not to repeat that character. It's almost trying to woo's the deal in the situation about, let's change sort of business, stay sacrificing hamsters for money, let's sacrifice birds instead. But you get it what I mean. Like, it have the little moments. It's just kind of ridiculous, like how the ladies get stuck, someone push her in the basically the room and the guy ran away, how the other friend trying to help her get out have this sort of weird awkwardness, trying to pull back and forth to help the other one out, and it just feels so out of pocket. That's novella, man. That's how weird and out of pocket it really is. Of course, some of you are wondering if nudity is normal in novellas, yes, like it depends because novellas have different versions for a different range of audience. You have little kids for novellas and very sweet, kind of coy, adorable. Nothing really that serious. Only like a kid version is serious, like your parents getting divorced. There are a little bit more older ones for maybe teenager or adults that have sort of all job problems. Then you have the really adult ones that actors get naked. I mean, truly naked. Like, you sure I'm watching a PG type of show? I feel watching a off-brand baka chicken wow nude scene sort of situation, and they do, but they sort of just briefly pass because it just sort of censors them their body parts. But they're usually normal in novellas. Like, you have channels from Mexico, they show that, like they show the whole thing now, where they just don't care because that is not the focus. The focus is the drama, the sexuality, the how crazy this could be, and that's basically it. So I'm surprised they just sort of went there, especially all the sound effects and the music. It just sort of, oh my god, this is so 70s. I liked it. I think it was fun, but I'm not sure I'm willing to finish it. It's just good a nostalgia ride, but yet I'm not sure anyone even cares about this. It's something that is sort of a left field. I don't know you. I want to know, did anyone watch this two-part episode? Do you care about this show? Are you interested? That's the thing I want to know and hear anyone who want to comment about this, because this is 100 novella. Like, if you've seen that, you like the genre, you will like this. This is feel something that's just sort of, I want to say refreshing, even that how they use the whole story, sort of a vengeance, taking back blood, or how to save these hamsters. Everybody has their own storyline they sort of connect, and that's how, fortunately, how novella works. It's just sort of over the top hammy, and that's all I can say, because I can't really say that much negative, because it's a novella. Like, of course it's supposed to be crazy, of course it be super dramatic, of course it could be a lot of bullets or knockoffs or murder, because that's how novella works. Like, it's basically like a mystery, drama, romance. It's basically all the genres. Like, they go places. This, maybe you see a meme about novellas, how crazy it is. But other than that, I can't say much. The only thing I say is, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.